All right, this is the day. It's alive. You see everything's turned on and fired up. Let me get this keyboard out of the way and hopefully make some sense of this. I definitely need some help finding a touchscreen monitor that'll work with this setup. Um, while this Luna display does work, this little red dongle here, it is not at all confidence inspiring. And I don't think I want to run it that way. I'm actually running this out to a capture card. That's what this cable is. I'm probably going to put a right angle cable on. I really need a touchscreen monitor for this. That'd make a huge difference. But as you can see, the iPad's working as a monitor right here. It's pretty secure. I'm actually happier with the iPad protection wise because I got an OtterBox case and I can just flip it. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So, if I press my pedal board, notice we're switching on here. I'm gonna pull up the screen of so you can actually see what's all going on in here. But this would be the screen that I'm seeing when I'm standing up. I'll know where I am. Probably get rid of the global rack space. Might try and make this bigger, but this is actually pretty big. It's a lot bigger than my Helix's screen, so way bigger than my Helix's screen. But again, I need a touchscreen monitor that I can trust. This is working, but I don't trust it so much. So let's take a look at some of the things that are going on here. When I move this when I move this expression pedal, it turns on and off a wah pedal, a wah effect inside Helix Native. When we get to the wiring, you're going to see some kind of crazy stuff. There's probably a better way to do this. This is my volume pedal. Normally, when I pull it all the way back, pops the tuner up and mutes the output. And this last pedal here is for kind of keyboard sounds or things. It may or may not do something depending on whether or not I have the switch turned on to do it up here. It's a pretty complicated script here. I don't expect anybody to want to duplicate this particular script, but I do have pretty much everything I need on it. Trying to use my finger as a mouse here. I'm going to see how well that works. If I were to choose, actually that's working pretty good. I'm going to be wanting to pick songs from the set list and stuff, but I haven't run any audio through this. I did when this stuff was at my house before I wired it all up. The script is pretty cool, but I'm going to show you some things. So here we go. I'm gonna switch to the Mac display, and this is really emulating what's on the iPad, so it's not going to be that great. And man, do I hate Apple mouse. Like this, it's so weird and clunky the way it feels. So we'll be dealing with that in a second. But let me pull up the wiring, or let me pull up the view of the cam link. Okay, so now you're looking at the screen. This is the software that I'm using to control it. It's called Gig Performer. One second. Okay, so man, I'm actually using the cam link as the way I'm as my monitor. I guess I could have put it on my right monitor. I'm not sure how to do that. Then I could have done a monitor capture. That probably would have been better. But let's look at the wiring here. Okay, so I don't know if there's a way to zoom out. Is there a way to zoom on this thing? I don't know how you would. Wow, I don't know how to. Can we zoom? Zoom out. Okay, what is that? That command is zoom out is something O. Let's see. Arrow O. I think that means control O. Here I am with a Mac keyboard. That's yeah, I'm struggling, man. Control O. No, that doesn't seem to work. Let me just see if I can type in here anywhere. Go to panels. Let me go to edit screen actually. Why would? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, I'll call this one play. I'll call that one sound effects. And it really isn't yet. I'm going to have that pedal probably going to be playing like things I need it to enter. I'll do this later, but I just want to make sure the keyboard's working. Okay, so it says for zoom in. I don't know. You know, I don't know my Mac commands, but it looks like it's an up arrow, which I think is control, isn't it? Up arrow. Oh, or maybe it's just shift O or caps lock O. Oh yeah, okay, shift O. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, can I still gotta zoom out some. So this would be hard to do at a gig, but it's not really. I don't know what that previous is. It's kind of scaring me. Okay, so it's gonna be hard to see, but basically, so here I am coming in from the audio interface, and I'm splitting this out to a Helix native instance. That's for my clean and my keyboard sounds. It's also split to an instance for my distortion sounds. Now, you really probably could do all of this in one instance of Helix native, and probably be a lot better for your CPU. But what I'm really trying to do is have no gaps, no clicks, no pops, no nothing between when I switch presets. And this kind of lets me do that in a smart way. So let's look at the Helix input block. So again, these are all wires. You can wire MIDI in. So just look at a signal flow. So let's say I'm playing my clean sound. It's going to go out of my it's coming in from my guitar into my Focusrite Scarlett, into the clean block, going out into an instance of Tonex that's got a clean amp playing, and then going to an audio mixer. And that's where I'm kind of handling ins and outs in some cases. But each one also has a gain knob that I can actually control independently, so that I can switch things independent of the mixer. There's reasons for that. You guys, especially you scripters who are more clever than I am, you probably find a way better way to do this. This is the way I'm doing it. Out of the audio mixer, it goes into another instance of Helix, and this one's got like my reverbs and delays and stuff, and I'm not changing them as much as you would think. And then from there, it's going out to the Scarlett back out to the audio interface. And I'll also have some playback stuff, tracks, cues, whatever, triggered sounds, everything. Because remember, this part of this is show control, and that makes this tricky, but that's what it's about. We just look at the Helix native out. You see a instance of Ulean loudness meter right here. That's so I can get my presets about the same volume. That's very handy. I don't know. I should probably bypass that when I'm not really using it. Let's bypass behavior. Okay. I'll show you my Helix native output block, for instance. So here we are. There's not much to it. I've got a volume knob, which I may or may not even use. I do have it linked to something. I can't remember what. I have a chorus, and that's being controlled by... I'm just doing the mix control. It's the only thing that I'm varying between snapshots. Now, I may even change this because I want the tails to work a certain way. And the way I'm doing it, they kind of die out. I'll deal with that later. Here's a mix control on the delay. And right now, I only have a mix control on the reverb. And the way this works in Gig Performer, this is the software we're using to control everything. How do I get back to the... oh, boy. I gotta close that instance. Okay, there we go. So if we go to the panels... So these are the three that are changing those mixes. Anything you want to change per patch, per preset, whatever, you need to assign a widget to it. The widget doesn't necessarily need to be seen. I'm actually going to hide some of these widgets here. They're just links to control other things. But for instance, when I change my... Keep an eye on the chorus, delay, and reverb mix. See how those knobs are changing? Also, you see the mixers changing. Keyboard. I haven't decided on the keyboard sound yet. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm probably going to be using Jam Origin, MIDI Guitar 2 and 3 with Surge XT. I'm also having trouble figuring out how I'm going to log this sucker in without a keyboard. Yeah, there's a couple things I got to figure out. Mainly to do with security, because in order to use this Luna display, you have to auto log in, and that is terrifying. And yeah, so right now I'm on my main account right here. That's how we're seeing this. That's how I'm able to change these things. But I could potentially in the future, just once I get the thing working, send the Gig Performer folders files over to the auto login account. I don't know that it's going to work. That's why I'd rather just have a monitor that I know is going to turn on, and then I can type in the words with the touch screen and everything. But this is all going. I'm tempted to plug in a guitar and see if we can actually get some sounds out of here. I've also got to test the wirelesses and how I did all the mixing and stuff like that. But if you've been watching for the last couple days, I have patch panels on the side of this. Oops. On the side here. So I'm going to plug in my main PA out. And I'm really sure how I want to set the monitor output level. The 4i4 is not necessarily the best interface to use for this, but should work. Let me get a guitar. Let's hope this doesn't super loud. I don't know what volume this is going to be. So I'm just going to plug in a regular guitar cable for now. Actually, I haven't even seen if this pass panel works yet. We'll find out. Here we go. Oh, I see some motion. Maybe not. Okay, so if I go to the wiring view, I should be able to see. I'm seeing audio. It says it's coming out, so I'm not sure why I'm not hearing anything. Let me look on total mix real quick. Should be getting audio, but things there could be. Oh, I'm seeing it. Okay, something very unhappy, but I don't know if that's on the output, the input. Maybe I don't have enough drive to do the FRFR outs or the get through the phantom blocker. Sounds like a gate. So one of the problems is I am Y cording this into this wireless. So I'm gonna unplug the wireless for a second and see if that is changing the impedance at all. But okay. Let me go to my set list view real quick. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to plug straight into the front of the audio interface and see if that makes any difference. 1 second. Oh, and this is a muting cable. I might be in mute mode. That would be really stupid of me. I'm just going to plug in here for be safe. And I don't know that I'm actually in instrument mode. Let me see if I can see here. I'll just write control. Settings. So now I'm plugged into the front. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's probably the problem. Okay, this is the wrong. Oh, that's the lead. Okay, so here's to me the coolest part about this. Listen to the switching. No crunches, no clicks, no pops, no gaps. That's my harmonizer. Okay, let's look at the auto wah. So when I move this forward, I'm going to get a wah. And when I pull it back, wahs are gone. And then this one would be switching between my keyboard and my rhythm sound, or maybe it'll bring up my harmonies on some track. So actually, yeah. So for instance, when I'm on the lead, it's supposed to bring up the harmony, but it's not for some reason. Let me let's turn. Oh no, it's on there. What's going on? Okay, so this one's being controlled by the Do-Re MIDI controller, and I don't know that it's working or not. I see that it's on. I did wire up a new. I put a new end on here. Maybe that's not working. I heard that sometimes the Do-Re MIDI doesn't connect. So here it is right here. Let's just take a look and see if it's working here. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Software is the latest release. Please ensure your product is, yeah, it is. I'm hoping I don't have to start Do-Re MIDI every time I start it up. Yeah, it's not seeing it. Yeah, what's going on here? There's a chance that I wired this pedal back in badly. There's also a chance that this USB connector, I think is coming from Do-Re MIDI, is not actually connecting right. Let's just see. We'll plug that back in. Okay, it sees it. It sees it. Do I have to hit connect every time? Hold on. That would suck. Please tell me I don't have to do that. New updates are available. Wow. That sucks. I don't want to have to hit connect every time I start this up, but at least it's working here. So let's go back to, we'll figure that out, because that can't be. That would be super lame if I got to fire that up every single time. Let me see on the settings. Hold on. Maybe there's a setting for that. No. Wow. Yeah, that would suck if I had to start that up every time. We'll tear this down and pop it back up and see. So anyway, now see, that just brings my harmony in and out. Okay, so far this is working pretty good. I got to figure out what the problem is with me plugging into the side here. I did order a switching jack that should make this a non-issue, but right now it's a problem. I don't understand why. I do have to test the wireless. I have to test the in-ears, but this is working pretty good. I gotta find out about that Do-Re MIDI. If I really have to connect it every time I start up, that would suck so bad. I think I have to take this back home, plug it into another, my main monitor, and really work on this. But I'm pretty happy this is actually working. And family mode. Yeah, this is really hard. I really need a touchscreen. Yeah, I kind of want to have a different delay so that the trails stay on. Because when I do the mix control, it goes away. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll run 2 delays. They're not that CPU intensive, so it's not that bad. it's just the delays, you know. I know it's not that big a deal to have spillover and stuff, but it is neat, and it's one of the features that you can actually get with this software, which is really cool. All right, so I think at this point, man, it's time to clean up this room. I'm gonna put this stuff away. I'll be coming back next time with a much more robust setup, and I think, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to watch me troubleshoot why this junk is happening, I think it's when I get the switching jack in, it'll be a lot easier. I want to see if this headphone attenuator actually works. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to test, but things are working well, and I could scarcely be happier right now. This actually ran a lot easier than I thought it would. Elgato's cam link actually worked a lot better than I thought it would. That's very interesting to me. I'm worried about this Do-Re-Mi Connect thing. We'll deal with that. But man, I'll see you guys maybe in a bit, maybe later. I